We're following some breaking news near downtown Houston. Police say a car flew off the 45 freeway near Pierce just before 3 this morning. One passenger was killed. With more details, let's get to ABC 13 reporter MYCAH HATFIELD. MYCAH?
Hey, good morning, Erica. Just a terrifying crash that happened here. It was a 2020 Dodge Charger that actually flew off of that ramp, but you wouldn't be able to tell by looking at it. I want to quickly show you in front of our car right now. A wrecker is moving into place to get that car off of Pierce Street. This is at Pierce and Chartres, right where 59, 45, and 288 all have ramps that are kind of overlapping one another. So what we're told by Houston police is that at about 2:30 this morning, like I said, a 2020 Dodge Charger was traveling at a high rate of speed. They were on 45 North and they took the exit to go onto 288 South. While they were on that flyover just above us right now, they actually flew off, hit a tree on the lower level, so that would be on the Pierce elevated level of the interstate area, hit a tree, hit the guide wire to a pole, and then rolled several times and landed just above 59 on this overpass on Pierce Street. So we're told that a Houston police officer actually encountered the car right after it landed and began administering CPR to the driver. The passenger unfortunately did pass away. The driver was taken to the hospital. It is in critical condition. We're told that the driver was likely intoxicated based on information that officials have been given out here on the scene. I want you to take a listen to what they told us here this morning.
Right now, we know that the driver was intoxicated above the legal limit.
We have one potential DWI and another individual who will likely go to jail as well. That crashed into the barricades up there. It's just another example of how dangerous these roads are.
And what Assistant District Attorney Sean Tier was talking about was as Houston police had the flyover blocked off to investigate this crash, they tell us that 2 cars actually drove through the police barricades, and one, if not both, are suspected to have been under the influence of alcohol. And like he said, they will likely both be going to jail this morning. That accident is still being cleaned up here this morning. It shouldn't affect you if you're on 59, but if you are in the area of Pierce Street or Chartres, they do have a lot of the roads in this area blocked off. Live near downtown, MYCAH HATFIELD, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Awful tragedy there. Thanks, MYCAH. Hurricane ISAIAS has turned into a deadly storm. Overnight, we learned it killed at least 2 people in the Dominican Republic. Here's a look at some of the flooding there after the storm blew through. The storm also damaged at least 23 aqueducts, knocking out water service for more than 335,000 people.
Well, the hurricane now near the Bahamas and heading toward Florida. Families and business owners there bracing for possible flooding and wind damage. Of course, we here in Houston know how that goes. It's a tense time as they wait to see what happens.
It's always good to take precaution no matter what, because you never know.
Well, ISAIAS is expected to move closer to Florida by later today. A state of emergency has been declared for some coastal counties. The storm could dump up to 6 inches of rain in Florida and along the Carolinas. All right, turning now to the latest on COVID-19 and grim numbers out of the Houston area. The city set a new record yesterday for the number of COVID-19 deaths reported in a single day.
Another 18 people have lost their lives to this virus. The city also reported another 1,500 cases. The death toll is now 450 for the city of Houston and more than 1,200 people for all of Southeast Texas. This morning, talks will continue over the extra $600 per week supplemental employment benefit that expired yesterday. This morning, the White House and congressional leaders are meeting to discuss possible options, but any action on a possible new benefits deal would have to wait until the Senate resumes on Monday. As of right now, Texas will start to see the $600 payment decrease next week. Rent is due today. It's the first of the month, and because of the pandemic, a lot of families are struggling to come up with the money to pay for it. The city of Houston is trying to help, though. Yesterday, Mayor Sylvester Turner announced a $19 million initiative to help pay for rent and mortgages. The package includes federal money and private donations. This one will run on an eligibility basis, not first come, first serve. Although this program can help a lot of people, Mayor Turner admits it's not enough.
But we're going to do our part with what we have. But Congress, if you are listening, Mr. President, if you are listening, people need your help, and they need your help now. The need is great, and I am calling on the state of Texas and the federal government to step up and help us. Cities cannot do this alone.
City Council will vote on the program Wednesday, and once that happens, we'll let you know where to go and how to apply.
A father is back on the road to recovery. He's now home after battling COVID-19. Get this, in the hospital for 126 days. ABC 13 was there as he finally got released. 35-year-old Michael SYLVESTER was admitted in March at St. Luke's Medical Center in Pasadena. Doctors say his symptoms kept getting worse, and he eventually went into cardiac arrest twice. He even had a mild stroke. At one point, he had to be put on life support. And because of the visitor restrictions, Michael couldn't even see his family. That you see there is his 7-year-old daughter. She would visit him regularly, where she could basically just stand at a window there to be near her dad.
She was very happy to see her dad. He was too. He was so happy to hug her and everything.
Well, his family says SAUCEDO still has a long road ahead. They've set up a GoFundMe to help pay for his medical expenses. You can find a link for that posted at abc13.com.
2 months after the first NASA SpaceX astronauts are scheduled to return to Earth this weekend. Doug Hurley and Bob Vankin left Earth on May 30th, and we showed you that live here on Eyewitness News. Well, now they're set to undock from the International Space Station tonight and splash down off the coast of Florida tomorrow. This will be the first water landing since 1975, and they say they have seasick bags ready to go if needed.
The water landing portion of it is pretty challenging from a physiological standpoint. We think what we need to do is do our fluid loading properly. We've exercised very hard while we've been up here, and we're just trying to put ourselves in the best posture to be able to deal with those effects.
Right now, a lot is riding on the weather. Flight controllers are monitoring Hurricane ISAIAS, but as of this morning, they're still on track to go ahead with their mission to come back home to Earth.
All right, strong storms here. Love hearing about that, and we appreciate all of that. And of course, Space, that rover, I think launched for Mars just a couple days ago. All right, live look out to the west this morning. Strong thunderstorm is going to be the name of the game all day today. We'll have another chance this afternoon as more pop up. First, though, I want to show you radar. Strong storms approaching from the west. Nothing severe at the moment, but I do think we'll see some strong storms in western parts of the metro here soon. And again, some of those with some fairly active lightning also along the coast. Now, later today, the favorite spot is going to probably be along the coast. Notice Future Track really actually starting to dial things down, though, so that may be some good news. 40% rain chance. I'm keeping that in there in case more develop this afternoon as well. Down to 20% then towards Monday. 40% again tomorrow. 20% Monday. Chances decrease as we go into next week. One thing I do really want to highlight, though, I think temperatures are going to be increasing again as we start really the rough days of August in terms of summer. Heat indices could be up to 105 to 110 next week, so get ready. After these storms, not a lot of relief in sight. Good news is the tropics are quiet for us. The Gulf is totally quiet, and we hope it stays that way. Have a great day and a great weekend.